If you've ever listened to a voiceover and thought, wow, that really stinks, this is an episode for you. Today I want to share with you a few simple, practical tips that will instantly improve your voiceovers, whether you're recording yourself, directing talent, or working with that client who insists that their spouse has this great voice and should cut all their company's commercials. What I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes, they're not technical tricks, they're communication tips, and they will work. Welcome to the Media Download. Hi, I'm John Ondo. This is a podcast about smart shortcuts in media production and how to save time while improving quality. I've spent 40 years in broadcast and digital media, earning multiple Emmy Awards while helping clients with small budgets look big time. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast on YouTube and anywhere you can listen to a podcast. We're brought to you by Ondo Media. When I got started in the industry, one of the most valuable lessons I was taught was the best way to make your video look better is to improve your audio. Now, let's assume you've been handed a script and told that the owner of the company wants to do the voiceover themselves. So these are the 5 hacks that you can use to improve your client's voiceovers, and also work if you're doing it yourself. The first hack is a simple one. Underline the words that matter on the script. This is the biggest one, and it's shockingly overlooked by so many people who record voiceovers. Underline the key words that you want to punch or hit. Not just the whole sentence, not every adjective, not every verb, but just the words that carry the meaning. Now, here's a fictional script read in a flat voice like a novice voiceover talent would do. Mornings move fast. That's why Clear Day coffee is brewed smooth, bold, and ready when you are. No bitterness, no waiting, just great coffee that keeps up with your day. Clear Day coffee, wake up ready. Okay, sounds flat, doesn't it? Not a whole lot of energy. You can't really tell one word from another because the cadence is the same. It's almost like Morse code. It's like bum, 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 bum. There's no change in the cadence. By underlining key words, it allows you to break up that cadence in that rhythm. So let's underline some key words in the script and see how I punch these words. Mornings move fast. That's why Clear Day coffee is brewed smooth, bold, and ready when you are. No bitterness, no waiting, just great coffee that keeps up with your day. Clear Day coffee, wake up ready. One word can make a difference. So for example, at the end of that script where it says wake up ready. Now, these are subjective ideas. There's no right or wrong, but in this one, wake up ready. Do I say wake up ready? Or do I go wake up ready? For me, I would rather go wake up ready. Kind of punch that ready. All these pieces help break up the cadence and gives some punch and some direction to the listener because you're giving a little bit of punch, see what I'm doing, to the subtle words that are important. These are the key words. You don't want to make it too obvious, though. You want to make it sound natural. Hack number 2, add directions. Now, scripts tell talent what to say, but not often how to say it. Simple notes will help a lot. For example, notes like, I want this to sound smiling here, or it needs to be confident. Slower here, maybe we need to breathe for a moment. Or matter of fact. These are all different directions you can give your voiceover talent. So let's kind of work the smile and a few things into this version of the voiceover. Mornings move fast. That's why Clear Day coffee is brewed smooth, bold, and ready when you are. No bitterness, no waiting, just great coffee that keeps up with your day. Clear Day coffee, wake up ready. You kind of notice I put a little smile in my voice. When you smile and you physically actually smile, it sounds different. So oftentimes when you get near the end of the script where you're doing the call to action, I just tell my voiceover, give me a little smile right there. Clear Day coffee, so forth. You get a little bit of a little bit more of a punch right there. You're not micromanaging the voiceover talent. You're giving them context. And for voiceover talent, context is gold. Think of it like directing an actor on a video or a film. Do the same thing with your voiceover. They're not reading instructions. Now, let's move on to our third thing. I call this give it 110%. Now, most stage actors and actors who just do anything acting-wise will tell you, you just can't speak naturally. You need to project a little bit. And I always say, give me 110%. You have to punch every word a little bit more with your voice. For example, if I just say, hey, mornings move fast, and that's why Clear Day Coffee is brewed, well, it's easier if I go, mornings move fast. That's why Clear Day Coffee is brewed smooth, bold, and ready when you are. It's just a little bit more than the average when I talk to you, because you have to punch through that phone, that radio, that television. So give it another 10%. Hack number 4 for your voiceovers. Let's do a backup for giggles. If you ever work with me, shooting a commercial or a voiceover, you'll find that once you get the right cut, you get it finished, you get the right thing, I always say, let's do one more for giggles. Because what happens is the talent finally got it done. They take a big sigh of relief. They're glad they finished it. They made me happy. But when they relax, oftentimes this is the best time to say, give me just one more. Because the pressure's off now. They know they already have the voiceover finished. I'm just giving them a mulligan. So you'll end up having 2 versions, and oftentimes the second version, after they get the good cut, the for giggles version, is actually better because they've relaxed even a little bit more. And worst case, you can take it back in post-production and cut between the 2 different versions and get yourself a really nice option because, again, you can change the cadence. Now, hack number 5, AI-generated voiceover. And let me be more specific, AI voice-changing software. AI has really been impacting the voiceover industry. And on average, when you're talking about paying $60 to $200 for maybe a 30 or 60-second spot for a voiceover, that really makes a lot in your budget. If you've got a $1,000 commercial you're doing and you've got to pay $200 for the voiceover, it's important, but it's a big deal. And I really like supporting my voiceover friends, but for smaller projects, they just can't afford that additional budget. I will cut most of the voiceovers myself, and now AI-generated software, or actually has been a game changer because now they can change your voice. 11 Labs, Descript, and others make it that you can change your voice. Not just the sound of your voice, so you can sound like maybe Morgan Freeman, but you can also change the gender. Oftentimes, I'll get voiceovers that I write where I'll voice it myself, and then I will change my male voice to a deeper, more radio male voice, and then run the same voice again in a female voice, and then cut those 2 together, again, just to add a little bit more flavor to the whole project.
Mornings move fast. That's why Clear Day Coffee is brewed smooth, bold, and ready when you are.
No bitterness, no waiting. Just great coffee that keeps up with your day.
Clear Day Coffee. Wake up ready.
This is the key, though, to AI voice changing. You've got to have a good voiceover to begin with. You must have a good read with all those things we talked about, the cadence and the underlined words. Because if it's a bad voiceover, the AI is not going to fix it. It's just changing the voice. The other option that you'll see a lot of people do is text-to-speech. Frankly, I hate this. This is very unnaturally sounding. You'll see where it will mispronounce a word. For example, I live in Columbus, Ohio. We have a suburb here called Gahanna. And if you type in Gahanna, what you'll get in a text-to-speech voiceover is Gahana. And you just know, okay, that's AI and it's wrong. Or they'll mispronounce there or read for read. This is why text-to-speech is horrible. Don't use it. And it also does not have cadence. So for AI voice changing, it can be a great alternative, but you have to start with a good read first. Great voiceovers are not about fancy microphones or studio tricks. They're about clarity, intention, and helping your talent succeed. Underline those words that matter. Give direction. Give your voiceover 110%. After you get a good voiceover, do a backup for giggles. And AI voice changing, use it if it's appropriate. And if this helped, stick around for more practical storytelling production tips coming your way on the Media Download, both on your favorite audio podcast platform and on YouTube.